Before you close your eyes tonight, just imagine something for a second. What if there are places in the universe where time slows down, where light itself can't escape, and where everything becomes quiet, still, almost frozen? Yeah, it sounds a little intense? But don't worry. Tonight, we're not here to stress about it. We're just gently drifting through space, letting these ideas pass by like soft clouds. So just settle in, relax your shoulders, maybe adjust your blanket a little. Yeah, that's better. And if you enjoy calm, slow journeys like this, you can softly support the channel by subscribing to Obsidian Study, only if you feel like it. No pressure at all. All right, let's slowly begin. Black holes aren't actually holes. They're just regions of space where gravity becomes incredibly strong. They form when very massive stars quietly collapse in on themselves after they run out of energy. There's a boundary around them, called the event horizon. It's like a gentle edge, where once something crosses, it can't come back. Even light, the fastest thing we know, can't escape from there. That's why they appear completely black, not because they're empty, but because they hold on to everything. But we can still notice them by watching how nearby stars move, like something invisible is guiding them. Some black holes are only a few times heavier than our sun, while others, are unimaginably massive, millions, even billions of times heavier. There's one at the center of our galaxy, just quietly sitting there, holding everything together in a slow cosmic balance. Time behaves differently near a black hole. It slows down, more and more, the closer you get. So from far away, someone watching you would see you moving, slower and slower, until eventually you'd seem to just pause. But from your own perspective, everything would feel completely normal, calm, unchanged. Black holes don't pull things in like a vacuum. You'd actually have to get quite close before their gravity becomes noticeable. If the sun somehow became a black hole, Earth would still orbit, just like it does now. So nothing dramatic would happen right away. As something falls closer, it begins to stretch, slowly, gently at first. This strange effect is called spaghettification, a slightly funny word for something very intense. It happens because gravity pulls stronger on the closer parts and weaker on the farther parts. Black holes can spin, and some of them spin incredibly fast. When they do, they actually drag space itself around them, like a slow, invisible whirlpool. There's a region outside them where nothing can remain completely still. But if you stay far enough, you could still escape. Inside the event horizon, though, escape becomes impossible. Black holes can merge together, drifting slowly until they collide. When they do, they send ripples through space itself, tiny waves traveling silently across the universe. And somehow, we've learned to detect those waves. Black holes are actually very simple. They can be described by just a few properties: their mass, their spin, and their charge. Everything else about what fell in seems to disappear from the outside. This creates a quiet mystery, something scientists are still trying to understand. Black holes also lose energy very slowly through something called Hawking radiation, a faint, almost invisible glow. So over a very long time, they can slowly fade away. But don't worry, that process takes longer than the age of the universe. Some black holes are surrounded by glowing disks, made of hot gas and dust. These disks can shine incredibly bright, even brighter than entire galaxies. Sometimes, they send out powerful jets of energy, stretching across space for thousands of light years. And yet, the black hole itself remains unseen, hidden, quiet, still. The first real image of one looked like a glowing ring with a dark center, almost like a calm cosmic eye watching silently. Let's pause here for a moment. Take a slow breath in and gently out. You're doing just fine. Just drifting, learning, relaxing. If you're still here, maybe your eyes are getting a little heavy now. That's okay. Just let the words drift past you. No need to hold on to anything. Let's continue. Slowly. Black holes don't just sit quietly. Sometimes they grow. They grow by gently pulling in gas, dust, and even stars that wander too close. As matter falls in, it doesn't go straight down. It spirals, slowly, like water circling a drain. This creates a glowing disk, hot, bright, and constantly moving. The closer the matter gets, the faster it spins, and the hotter it becomes, until it shines with incredible energy. Sometimes, this glowing disk is the brightest thing in an entire galaxy. Black holes can also kind of hum, not in a sound you can hear, but in vibrations, deep in space-time, like a very quiet, cosmic echo. When two black holes orbit each other, they slowly move closer and closer, dancing in a slow spiral until finally they merge. And in that moment, they release more energy than entire galaxies, just for a second. Then everything becomes quiet again. Black holes can also bend light. If light passes near one, it curves around it, creating something called gravitational lensing. It's almost like the black hole is gently warping the view of the universe, making distant stars look stretched or doubled, or even forming perfect glowing rings. Like a soft halo in space. If you were far away, watching someone fall into a black hole, you'd never actually see them cross the edge. They would just fade, slowly, becoming dimmer and redder until they disappear. But for the person falling, they would cross it without noticing anything special, just continuing forward. Black holes might contain something called a singularity, a point where everything becomes infinitely dense, where the laws of physics kind of stop making sense. It's one of the quiet mysteries we still don't fully understand. Some theories suggest black holes could be connected to other parts of the universe, or maybe even other universes, through something called wormholes, though we've never seen one. Just imagine them, gently, in theory. Black holes can also be tiny. Not all of them are massive. Some could be as small as an atom, but still incredibly heavy. These are called primordial black holes, formed, maybe, in the very early universe, long before stars even existed. Space was a very different place back then. Black holes don't last forever. Even the biggest ones slowly lose energy. Over time, they shrink, very slowly, and eventually, they disappear in a final, quiet release of energy. But that takes unimaginable time, longer than billions, trillions of years. So for now, they remain calm and patient. Some black holes are moving through space, carrying entire systems with them. Others stay fixed at the centers of galaxies, like anchors, holding everything together. There are even galaxies that seem to have been shaped by their black holes, as if the black hole came first and everything else formed around it. Kind of like a quiet center, everything gently orbiting. Black holes can also slow down light's escape. If you shine a light near one, it loses energy as it climbs away, becoming redder, softer. This is called gravitational redshift. It's like the light is getting tired as it tries to leave. Some black holes are surrounded by clouds of stars, orbiting for millions of years, each one following a path shaped by gravity, a slow cosmic dance. Astronomers study these stars carefully to understand what's hidden at the center. And from those movements, they can tell something invisible is there. Black holes might also play a role in creating galaxies, helping gather matter in the early universe, guiding the formation of structure. Almost like quiet architects. Even though they seem destructive, they may also help create. Black holes don't have surfaces. There's no solid ground, no place to stand, just a gradual, invisible boundary. And beyond it, we don't really know what happens. Some scientists think information is somehow preserved. Others think it's lost forever. It's still being debated, softly, in the world of physics. Black holes challenge everything we think we know about time, space, and reality itself. And yet, they exist quietly, without making a sound, just sitting there, in the vast darkness. Take another slow breath. In and out. You're doing well, just letting your mind drift. At this point, you might not even be fully listening anymore, and that's perfectly okay. You can just rest and let these thoughts drift in the background. Black holes are often imagined as violent, but most of the time, they're actually very quiet. Just sitting there in the deep darkness of space, not chasing anything, not rushing, just existing. If you were far away from one, it would look completely normal, invisible, calm, almost peaceful. Stars would still move, light would still travel, everything would feel the same. Only when you get closer, things begin to change. Very slowly, very gently, gravity would start to feel stronger. Time would begin to stretch, moments becoming just a little longer. Like time itself is taking a deep breath. If you kept drifting closer, the universe behind you would start to look different. Light bending softly around you, stars appearing in places they shouldn't be. The sky slowly distorting, but still quiet, still silent. If you turned back at the last moment, you could still leave, still return to everything familiar. But if you didn't, if you just kept drifting forward, you would cross the edge without even noticing. No sudden change, no sharp feeling, just continuing, as if nothing happened. From far away, you would seem frozen in time, fading, slowly, your light becoming dimmer, redder, softer, and softer, until you disappear. But from your own point of view, you would still be moving, still thinking, still experiencing. It's a strange thought. Inside, everything becomes unknown, not chaotic, not loud, just beyond what we understand. Some imagine it as a place where time and space switch roles, where moving forward is no longer a choice, but something that simply happens. Black holes don't glow, but the space around them can. Soft light from distant stars, bending and stretching, like reflections on calm water. If you watched from far enough away, a black hole wouldn't feel scary. It would just feel distant, like a quiet object resting in the dark. There are countless black holes in the universe, more than we can easily count. Some alone, drifting, others surrounded by stars, all of them silent, all of them patient. The universe itself is mostly quiet, and black holes are just a part of that quiet. They remind us how vast everything is, how slow and gentle things can be, even when they seem powerful, even when they seem mysterious. In a way, they're not just about endings, they're also about stillness, about space and time and the quiet in between. Now just take one last slow breath, in and out. Let your shoulders sink a little deeper. Let your thoughts slow down. There's nothing you need to do, nowhere you need to go. Just rest and drift gently into sleep. If you're still listening, maybe you're right on the edge of sleep now, that quiet place where thoughts come and go and nothing really needs your attention. So let's just stay here a little longer. Imagine, far out in space, there's a black hole, completely alone, no nearby stars, no bright light, just darkness, stretching endlessly. And in that darkness, it simply exists, not moving, not searching, just being. There's something oddly peaceful about that. Even though black holes are powerful, they don't rush, they don't hurry anything. Everything that comes to them arrives slowly, over time. Sometimes it takes millions of years for anything to even get close. And when it does, it's not sudden, it's gradual, a slow drifting inward, like leaves gently floating toward the center of a still lake. No noise, no chaos, just quiet motion. If you could sit far away and watch, you'd see nothing dramatic, just stars, slowly shifting, light bending softly, time stretching in ways you wouldn't quite notice. Everything would feel calm. Even the idea of something being pulled in wouldn't feel violent. It would feel inevitable, like gravity is just guiding things, not forcing, just allowing. Black holes don't take, they simply hold. And once something is there, it becomes part of that stillness, part of that quiet mystery. Now imagine yourself not falling, but just floating, far away, safe, distant, calm, watching the universe slowly move, breathing in and out. There's no rush here, no pressure, just space and time, and you gently drifting. Black holes remind us that not everything needs to be understood. Some things can just exist quietly, without explanation, and that's okay. Your breathing is probably slower now, your body a little heavier, your thoughts a little softer. You don't need to follow every word anymore. You can just let go, let everything fade bit by bit, like light slowly disappearing into the distance. And as the universe becomes quieter, so do you, drifting, floating, resting. Good night. Why? And let the darkness feel calm, not empty. You don't really need to focus anymore. Just listen or don't. Just let the sound exist around you, somewhere far beyond anything we can see. There's a black hole resting in complete silence, no light, no sound, just a deep, endless calm. And around it, space stretches out, slowly, infinitely. Nothing is in a hurry there. Nothing needs to happen. Everything just is. Imagine drifting through that space, not falling, not moving fast, just floating. Like you're suspended in a place where time doesn't matter, where seconds don't feel like seconds anymore. They just blend together, softly. The black hole isn't pulling you. It's not chasing you. It's just there, quiet, steady, patient, like a still point in a moving universe. And you are far enough away to feel safe, far enough to just observe, to just exist. Your breathing might be slow now, in and out. No effort, no control, just natural. If you look around, you might imagine faint stars in the distance, very soft, barely glowing, like tiny lights scattered across a dark ocean. They don't flicker, they don't move quickly, they just stay, calm, steady, quiet. The black hole itself doesn't look like anything. It's not a shape, not really a thing you can see. It's more like an absence, a soft, dark center where everything becomes still. And somehow, that stillness isn't scary. It's peaceful, like a quiet room, late at night, when everyone else is asleep and the world finally feels slow. Imagine time slowing down around you, not stopping, just stretching, each moment becoming longer, softer, like there's more space between each second, more room to rest, more room to just be. Your thoughts might be slowing down too. They don't need to connect. They don't need to make sense. They can just appear and fade, like clouds drifting across a dark sky. Nothing needs your attention right now. There's nothing to solve, nothing to figure out. Even the idea of the black hole, this powerful, mysterious thing, feels calm, because from far away, it's just part of the quiet. If something drifts closer to it, it doesn't rush in, it doesn't fall suddenly, it just moves slowly, gently, like it's being guided, not forced, and everything around it seems to respect that stillness, like the universe itself knows to be quiet there. You might notice your body feeling heavier, your shoulders relaxing, your jaw unclenching, your breathing deeper, slower. That's good. You don't need to adjust anything. Just let it happen. Imagine now, you're lying somewhere soft, wrapped in warmth, completely safe, completely still, and far away. That black hole continues to exist, doing nothing, needing nothing, just being. Time passes, but you don't really feel it. Minutes, maybe longer, they just drift by, and the universe remains quiet, endless, soft, still. If a thought comes into your mind, you don't have to follow it. You can just let it pass, like a distant star moving slowly across the sky. You're not holding on to anything. You're not chasing anything. Just drifting, floating, resting. The black hole is still there, unchanging, patient, calm, and in a way, that calm spreads outward through space, through time, and maybe you can feel a little bit of that calm too. Your breathing is very slow now, almost effortless, in and out. Your body feels warm, heavy, comfortable. Your thoughts are getting quieter, further apart, and soon they might stop completely. You don't need to stay awake for this. You don't need to hear the end. Just let yourself drift, like space, endless, like time, slow, like the black hole, quiet. Everything is calm, everything is still, and you can finally rest. Good night.